Peace, y'all. What's good? It's the midday edition. I'm in this bitch. Shout out to everybody that's doing what they do during the day. You might be at work. Hopefully, you're working for yourself. Hopefully, you're at your own place of business, doing some entrepreneurial workings. But if you have to go to the slave, we understand. Get it how you got to get it. Make sure you click that like button upon entering. Who we got in the house? Cool Rod, peace. Hey, peace, Kimberly. Just me today. So my video's lagging, is it? DJ Cool Rod said my video is lagging. Is that true? Is that what y'all see? Weak video, but sound is good. Hang on, let me see something. One, two. What's good, y'all? Saying it's dropping frames. Oh, do I need to do a live and direct? Do I need to do a hard wire? Somebody said, nah, drop the beat again. Man, I really don't feel like going. Okay, somebody said it's clearing now. If it's clear, okay, they're saying it's clear because I didn't really feel like fucking with the shit. Resolution. Okay, y'all saying it's clear now. Okay, good. Peace, y'all. What's good? Oh, we got a troll in here. Shout out to Officer Vlad. He said we need a new interview. That's funny. I'm going to let you stay for a little something, but not too long. Tired of having the same guest. I know. Anyway, welcome back. Make sure you click that like button. I got my brothers in the house. I know you've been watching the show. And when the show starts, you've been seeing the ads for the miracle food, which is something that I actually take myself. And I can tell you the benefits that I received from it, but we'll discuss this once my brothers come on. These brothers are sponsors of the Godcast. Let's clap it up for that. They know that this demographic that we touch here, this B1 space that we in is a valuable space. Whoa, hold up. See, that's my ringtone. Can't talk right now, Mr. Wise. Hold up. All right, I'm back. You see, you heard that cream? Yeah, you heard that cream. That's my ringtone. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I'm hip hop like that. So yeah, I'm about to bring my brothers on. Okay, hang on. All right. Oh, I'm seeing the private chat now. Okay, they said I look good now. Thank you, brothers. Thank you. I'm gonna bring my brothers on. They have an interesting story. My brother, the Chakra doctor, has been here before. Gave us some powerful FCA yoga, in which he showed us how all chakras activate. You know, you got some people out here that are skeptical of chakras and things of that nature. You know, and that's cool. If it's not for you, leave. You know, but what you're not gonna do is come on here talking shit, you know, and disrespecting my guests. You see, because these are guests. And so if you have a problem with any concepts or anything that's being said here today, feel free to leave and keep your opinion to yourself. You know, my page is not some democracy where you fucking can say wherever the fuck you want to say, blah, 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 blue, 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 blue. Yeah. So that's what it is. Other shit. All right, let me get my brothers on here. Right about now, I'm gonna bring my brothers, Dr. Varun Gandhi, and my brother, the Chakra Doctor, back to the show. What's good, my brothers?
Hey, what's going on? Love and abundance, everybody.
Peace.
Infinite love gang. Y'all already know what it is.
How are you on this glorious day?
Doing fantastic. So excited to be here. Happy to be here.
That's what's up. Now for you, Dr. Gandhi, this is our first time actually meeting face to face. We've spoken on the phone, we've spoken over text, but this is my actual first time seeing you in the flesh.
Yes, it is.
And I must say, you're younger than I expected you to be, and you look hipper than I expected you to be. Okay.
Hey, I'm waiting from Chakra Doctor.
Right. I honestly expected, I'm not sure how old you are, but I expected somebody a little older. I thought you might have like a regular suit on or some shit like that, but you coming in like, I'm here, mother.
Hey, I'm ready to party. Look, I even got a djembe.
Oh shit. You brought the drums to the fucking house. What the okay. Hey, and there's no sample clearance on that. We could play that shit all day.
Hey, this is
YouTube ain't gonna flag us on that, huh? Let's get a clap for that, goddamn it.
Oh, this is something that I just recently picked up. So I'm no expert. I'm just starting. So I'm like very basic. Basic.
You just started letting your fingers do the walking?
Yeah. Before that, it would be the drumming my table. I was always been like a drummer, but I was always drumming the table. And now I'm like, hey, let me get an actual drum, something that I could actually enjoy. So I practice every morning.
Well, that's some hip hop shit. Like hip hop started, a lot of us started like in the lunchroom at school, banging on the table, and that was our drum machine. And then people would rhyme to that, you know, and then it kind of proliferated from there. Chakra Doctor, See that banging on the chest shit? That's some jail shit right there. That's some jail shit. That came later, but that's some jail shit. I'm telling you, that's somebody in jail started doing that whole beating on the chest and rhyming type of shit. And then I noticed a lot of jail dudes started doing that, but I never really seen dudes on the street banging on their chest and using that as a beatbox until later, until some jail dudes started doing it. Am I wrong? People in the comments ask me. Let's do the history on the
Hey man, I
on the
thought
beatbox.
Tarzan been banging on his chest since the caveman days.
But he wasn't rhyming. First of all, he wasn't rhyming. He just banged on his chest and made
Hey,
a.
he was going, oh, that was his rhyme.
That's not hip hop. That's not hip hop.
I know.
And Tarzan is come on. That's a bad example. The white man coming to the continent of Africa, and all of a sudden he's the one that understands all the codes of the jungle and can talk to the animals and control them better than the people that's been there for thousands of years. Come on, Roger Kipling. Let's stop the bullshit.
Yeah.
The original drum is the heartbeat.
look at
Thank you, Stay High 175. The original drum is the heartbeat.
The heartbeat, yeah.
It looks like the audience is agreeing with the Chakra Doctor. Wait a minute. That's 1-0. That's 1-0. I'm keeping score.
Hey,
In my white man voice, I'm keeping score. I'm keeping score, Lord Jamar.
I'm keeping score in my white man voice. I'm just saying. So listen, real quick before we continue. I know y'all see this fly ass new "You're Not a Mean Godcast" hat that I got on. Oh yeah.
I gotta purchase one immediately.
If you like some of this Godcast gear, some of this brand Nubian gear, even some of this hoodie gear. Oh shit, you see the hoodie. Yeah, go to www.hoodie.com. Get your fix. We got all new "You're Not a Mean Godcast" gear up there, multiple flavors and colors, and I feel good about it.
I feel great about it,
I'm
bro.
gonna take my hoodie off because I got a Godcast t-shirt on under here. But I'll do that later. Brothers, what's good?
Man, I'm cool. And I need the hoodie with the hat, the
t-shirt.
Yeah, I need
the whole package.
The gift pack. I need the gift package.
Well, see, I'm not gonna lie. You guys are some good gifters. I can't lie. You guys are some gifters. Not only when you sent me your my miracle food, you know, that would have been enough. But you went ahead and sent me this beautiful bracelet
Chakra
right
bracelet.
here. The Chakra bracelet.
That's at the Love Abundance store right there.
Yeah, with the jewels on both sides. This is really nice. You sent me the oil.
Mm-hmm.
Smells super great that I use. Like it's a very calming, positive scent. And then the incense with the incense holder. I like the perfect incense. That smell, like I'm not gonna front. I need more of those. Like, where did you get those particular ones? Because a lot of times you get incense, sometimes it's too strong or it's just too something that but those, man, I'm rocking with that shit. Like
hey, that's made in America. That is made locally in America. It's Mulberry incense, and they're the best. I mean, and we carry them at the Love Abundance store. That's what Chakra Doctor uses as well.
Yeah.
That's up.
I'm a big fan of incense. In the realms of practicing ancestral alkaline spiritual actions, incense is called, suffumigation, especially when you go into India and you find in the Hindu area, and just all throughout India, they burn incense after incense. Suffumigation, and that's one of the ways of.
I said frankincense and myrrh.
Well, yeah. Well, that's what they bought the Christ child when he was born, frankincense and myrrh. So, and then suffumigation, that is basically the way of burning to your particular spiritual endeavor or spiritual goal. So yeah, I'm a big fan of that. And then aromatherapy at the same time. Aromatherapy definitely is when you smell good things, you think good things, and when you think good things, you feel good things. Feel good things, you act good things. It's all a domino effect. It has to be this one, this wheel domino effect. There's no one cog of the wheel that gets the car from A to B. It's every aspect of the car that gets the car from A to B. That's why it's so many different parts.
Well, so what people don't realize is, smell is associated with thought. You can think back on.
Shout out Insta Black TV. Shout out Insta Black TV. He just said he loved the FCA yoga meditation on the last one. You dig? Feel that.
Our Chakra Doctor, the last live meditation or FCA yoga or whatever was glorious. I felt great after that.
Woo!
So did I, brother. So did I. So did many of us that actually, participated and didn't try to resist, based on, whatever. You know what I mean?
Hey, you're not a mean Godcast. You're not a mean Godcast. This is what I need y'all to do. I need you guys to go and petition to Lord Jamar to have a Chakra Doctor on his podcast, giving y'all that FCA yoga every Sunday, like church. Look, we can leave church alone, and we can come have church at the United Godcast podcast. Activate our chakras. I need y'all to send them vibes and send them comments to Lord Jamar, Godfrey, and Rod. And, also y'all petition Lord Jamar to get Godfrey and Rod Digger in here, get their chakras activated because they're not exempt neither. You know what I mean? So just make sure, I just have to state that for the record. They're not exempt from getting chakra doctored and Dr. Gandhi. And so therefore, in my white man voice, Rod Digger, Godfrey, can you please hear out this petition from the people? We need you guys on here to show us your spiritual side. We know you guys come from the trenches, but it's time to show how we give heaven to the trenches, how we bring heaven to the trenches. So, yeah, man, y'all just hit them up with them comments. Y'all flood them with them comments. We need Chakra Doctor on You're Not a Mean Godcast. Let's see what happens.
I put you on the big screen for that one. See, I gotta let you. I put you on the big platform for that. Okay, I gave you your solo on that one. So listen, let's get to the beginning, because when I brought you on, we
was everywhere.
Yeah, we was all over the place in a way. But at the same time, you're the kind of guest that people expect us to have on. I feel like the pairing of you and Dr. Gandhi is quite interesting. And it was actually Dr. Gandhi who contacted me first. So I just kind of want to know, how did you guys kind of come together, and what's your story? How did this all start?
What's your story, Doctor?
Yeah. All right. So I'll give you my side of the story. And this is kind of what happened on my end about around the time we met. So this was a period of my life when I was heavily meditating, and I would be.
Now, I'm sorry not to cut you off, but brief bio on yourself. You are a doctor of. Are you an active doctor?
Yeah, so I have a doctorate in environmental engineering, and meaning I have a PhD in environmental engineering. And
engineering.
Yep.
Okay.
And my specific focus area within environmental engineering is the air, the water, the soil, everything about the environment. But my specific focus was on the water. Water is really, really important for our bodies to live a healthy life. 75% of our body is water. Yeah, there you go. Yet, we don't focus on drinking water. We don't think about drinking water. Dehydration. I mean, I'm reading this book called Your Body's Many Cries for Water. And look at it. The author of this book, Your Body's Many Cries for Water. The author is a doctor, and he has Batman in his name.
Batman.
Batman Gillage, MD.
Wow.
And he wrote this book in the 90s, early 90s.
What is that? A pseudonym, or is that his real name?
That's his real name. He's a Persian doctor who, during the time of the revolution, he was in jail. He got thrown in jail because of his practices and his beliefs. And while he was in jail, he saw many, many prisoners who were having stomach pains. For no reason, they're just having some sort of stomach pain, and they couldn't move. Like it was got to a point where they were just lying on the floor in pain. And he realized that just giving them 8 ounces of water improved the symptom. Like they started feeling better immediately. And within 3 days, he basically gave them water regularly, constantly. And within 3 days, the pain went away. 100% went away just by drinking water. And so after that, he ran experiments on water, and he realized that at the very beginning, when science was coming out about the human body, they minimized the effect of water on the body, because what they thought is they took chemistry experiments in the lab as a model, and they said that everything that's solid in the lab is what is of importance. All the liquid is just kind of solvent to carry all the solid. So the solid is the main portion, the liquid is not that important. And they applied that same concept to the body. They applied that same concept to the body, saying that the water in the body, the 75% of the body, is not as important as the 25%. And so all of medicine is focused on healing the 25%, the solid portions of the body. Whereas,
Mike, something sounds a little crunchy right now. Is that? I think it might be your mic, Dr. John.
Is that my mic?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Like, sounds like.
Is that better?
A little bit.
No, it's your microphone.
Oh,
I don't know.
Yeah. I just want them to be able to hear clearly what you're saying. And,
yeah, now I feel that.
Popcorn crackle going on. It's still doing it right now.
Let me see if I can. Did that change anything?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that better? All right. There we go.
It's doing it a little bit again.
I'm not touching anything. It sounds like someone's typing.
I know. What the hell?
I don't know what is that.
Hang on a second.
Hello, can anybody hear me?
I'm trying to mute people and see. Talk for a second, doctor.
Hey, how y'all doing? Does that sound better?
That sounds great. It might have been coming from Chakra Doctor. Hang on a second. Let me unmute him now.
I hear it when it comes from you as well.
Chakra Doctor, I think.
It's me?
I think so, yeah.
Well,
I'm going to mute you while he's talking. I'll mute you while he's talking. And then when you come back, we'll try to figure it out. All right. Continue. It definitely was him.
So essentially when they were first kind of coming out with the science related to the human body, they focused on that 25%. And what this book is saying is that whole paradigm is completely off, and we need to focus on that 75% of ourselves, which is the water portion. And so when he started running his experiments, he realized that people are just dehydrated. Exactly, dehydration, sleep deprivation, constipation. We're literally full of shit. That's so true. And all he says is that drink more water and you'll solve a lot of the diseases in your life. And with that, I got to drink water too.
Listen, Dr. Gandhi, real quick. This is something that I saw in the comments, and I actually thought of this myself, and I'm sure you get this a lot. Are you related to Gandhi? To the Gandhi? Okay, good. because he was a racist piece of shit.
He was.
And yeah, let's get a clap for the fact that we know that. So yeah, there's your answer, people. He is not related to what Mahatma Gandhi was that his name?
Yeah, his real name was Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, but he went by Mahatma Gandhi. Correct.
Right. So, is Gandhi a popular name in India? How do you come about having a name like Gandhi?
I wouldn't say it's very popular, but it is amongst maybe the top 10 in the last names. Yeah. Like the Jones would be a Patel. A Patel is like the Jones.
Right. I was gonna say, so the Jacksons and Williams and Smiths.
Right. That's like the Patel. And the Patel and the Shahs, they have a bunch of them, and then the Gandhis come to the next level.
Copy. Okay. Shout out to my brother Russell Peters, who we're gonna have on the show. That's my Indian brother. I'm sure you know who that is.
Yes. Great comedian. I love him. I love his
comedian. And what's even greater about him, he loves the fuck out of hip hop. Like crazy. Like he used to DJ and all of that type of shit. Hang on. Chakra Doctor. Are we back?
Yeah, man. I didn't know that was me. I didn't know. Sorry for that.
No, it's all good. I think we're better. Even though down here a little something now. So we've established that the brother is not related to Dr. Gandhi, and many people in the comments are happy about that because the Mahatma Gandhi said some very racist things about black people and his views on black people, and some people will say, well, this was before he became enlightened or whatever the case may be, but these things don't just leave you. You know what I mean?
And I don't think it did, and so we were taught a particular kind of history growing up, because I've learned Indian history when I was growing up. I wasn't born and brought up in America. I was in Dubai, born and brought up there, lived there for 15 years. Yeah, lived there for 15 years. And growing up, I was in an Indian private school. So we were taught a certain kind of history that now I'm kind of going back and re-looking at it. I'm like, this is not completely true. They didn't tell us the true portions, like the true history. So even things about Gandhi, when he came back, he wasn't completely, even after his enlightenment, if you want to call it, he wasn't completely enlightened, if you want to say, right? So he still had those elements inside of him.
Absolutely. I'm sure he did.
Yeah.
So while Chakra Doctor gets his stuff together, how did you and Chakra Doctor come together?
Yeah. So yeah, come into that. Now I was going through a phase of meditating 5-6 hours a day. And
wow.
During that time, there was a time where, and this was like, breaking, take my breaks, and I come back to it. And, it was like on and off. But during that time, I felt something activate inside my body. I didn't know what it was. This was just me kind of exploring on my own. And I'm a Sagittarius. I love exploring. And so kind of while I was going through that, a couple of weeks later, so I felt something in my body. And then a couple of weeks later, I get this email or message from Chakra Doctor. And through Craigslist, I had put myself out there as a soulpreneur, a spiritual entrepreneur who wants to help other spiritual entrepreneurs promote themselves and promote their products and services. And through that and Craigslist, we got connected.
Wow.
So that was my end of the story, where I felt something in my body, and then this guy called the Chakra Doctor shows up in my life a few weeks later. And the way it happened is, at that time, I was actually on a trip. I was visiting Atlanta, which is where I currently am right now. And he was out in LA. And I was here for a couple of weeks. And during that time, he hit me up a couple of times, but I didn't get a chance because I was here on a wedding. And when I went back, I met up with him in Venice Beach. And he activated my chakras for the first time. and it felt amazing. It felt great. And I'm like, here's something that, I was also in a phase where I wanted to help other people. So here is something that I could, utilize to help other people and just spread the word. And that's kind of how it started. This full chakra activation, yoga, FCA yoga.
Now, you're a millionaire, yes?
Yes.
You must be if you're able to meditate for 5 to 6 hours a day. Most of these motherfuckers go, oh, how the hell he got all that time to be meditating? That's a hell of a long time to be meditating, my brother. But see, when you're making money while you meditate, you have time to do shit like that. Were you born into money? I see you say you were born, you grew up in Dubai, you went to private schools in Dubai. You born into money? Tell me what.
No, not born into money. My parents have had a humble beginning. Right before I was born, before I was born, they weren't able to pay rent. I mean,
Whoa.
they had gone to 2-3 months without paying rent, and just luckily the landlord didn't show up during that time when they were going through their rough time. So,
how old are you?
This was right before I was born.
Well, how old are you now? How old
am I now? I'm 35.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Continue.
So, mid-80s. And then right when I was born, actually the day I was born, my mom was delivering me in the hospital. My dad had gone for an interview for a job. And that was the job the day I was born. He got that job and he kept it until the day we moved away from Dubai and came to America.
Wow.
And that was the job that kind of changed everything for our family, because everything became stable. Now he had regular income, could save up. And
what was that job? What was that job?
So my dad is a civil engineer. He does estimation for projects that, construction projects like bridges and buildings and dams and anything construction. So this was a job related to that construction industry.
Dope.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. And he's been doing that for the last 30 years.
And how did you make your money?
Real estate and stocks. There was a period where I was like really hard on real estate in 2010, 2012, and stocks at the same time. And after I made all this, I'm like, all right, I did it. Now what? And that satisfaction still wasn't there.
Right. The lack of fulfillment that people think that they'll make money, and that at that point, when I have money, I will be fulfilled. And then a lot of people get to that point and still feel unfulfilled.
Right.
So it's like, what the fuck? What was I doing all this for?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the place you found yourself.
Exactly. That's where I was. And that's kind of what brought me into meditation. I'm like, you know what? All right, I've done this. I'm no longer chasing anything. Let me become. And again, I had gone through a hard breakup at around the same time. And so dealing with that, my ego was crushed. So I was going through a whole transformation, and meditating kind of came in my life at that time. And then a year later is when I met Chakra Doctor.
Yeah, a lot of times when when the student is searching, he'll find that mentor. He'll find that person that helps. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Chakra Doctor since he came into my life, the positivity has skyrocketed. I'm no longer in that negative, just kind of in my mind. I'm a deep thinker. I like to think a lot. So I usually just get, in the past, I would get stuck in my negative thoughts and just be in that, right? So meeting him has completely changed all of that.
That's great. That's great. Chakra Doctor.
I'm coming in clear. I don't know if I'm coming in clear. I don't know if I'm messing up. My bad,
now,
man.
don't touch whatever you doing. Don't touch the damn mic. You had I don't know. You had a mouse inside your keyboard.
Yeah, man. So
it was running around. though. I know they say these things have mice that you use, but it sounded like a real mouse was running around on your keyboard.
I know, right? It's crazy. So, man, what you and this fella? What did I miss?
Well, we were basically talking about. Well, we went into a few things. his origins in Dubai, and did he grow up with money? How did he come into his money? How did you guys first come into contact with each other?
Right.
Um,
Right.
and yeah. So so you guys got together. You had decided, Dr. Gandhi, that you wanted to, what did you call yourself? A soulpreneur? What did you say?
A soulpreneur.
A
Yep.
soulpreneur. Okay. That's
Yeah.
very interesting. I like that. A soulpreneur, someone who basically, I'm taking that as someone who wants to take his money and put it behind conscious,
Right.
spiritual endeavors.
Yeah. Yeah.
Help
Helping
people.
people, helping people improve their lives in whatever way that is. It's spiritual, it's physical, it's mental, it's emotional, all aspects. Yeah.
Dope, dope, dope,
And
dope.
that's kind of always been my thing, helping people. I've been talking to my parents lately and just getting to know my child self and how I was, years and years ago. And the one thing I found out is second grade, third grade, I was always looking for different ways to help my teachers, help people around me, see if I could do something to make their lives easier. So that's kind of always been my nature. I kind of maybe have forgotten it over time, and now I'm reacquainting myself to that.
Yo,
Yeah.
yo.
You always get back in touch with that kid. You know what I mean? We're all still
Right.
those kids that grew up in those neighborhoods. We're just evolved a little bit more. That's the way I look at it. We still have to keep the childhood, a certain childhood aspect about us if we want to be successful in life, because this is what it takes for life to open up for you. A lot of times we as adults, we just get so caught up in life and not take life for the game that it is. How many people wake up in life every morning, or just wake up in life and say, hey, you know what, I'm playing a game today, and what is going to be my style of play, and how am I going to perfect my style of play? A lot of people let life happen to them, and then they don't happen back to life. A lot of people always talking about how life is beating them, but never have that master plan to beat life. And that's what it takes to win. You have to have a plan to beat the game. And if you don't have a plan to beat the game, then you're just going to constantly sit and complain about how the game is beating you. So that's what it was all about, for me meeting Dr. Gandhi. When I heard soulpreneur, I heard a person who is an entrepreneur of the soul, a person who can take things of the soul and turn it into today's Fortune 500 company. They got a lot of things and a lot of aspects as it deals with the soul that if we just woke up and realized we don't have to do half of the things that we're doing for money right now if we just focused on the aspects of our soul. And when we do this, it will automatically bring in money, because that's what our soul was made to do. Our soul was made to attract the best things to us. And so if we train our mind to not want those best things, and then we wake up and say, oh, I haven't been treating myself the best, what's the next thing to do? Surround yourself with the people, places, and things that are the best, and just train and practice to be the best. But when people think about the soul, they think about church, they think about, a pastor, they think about a nun, they think about, a Hindu god, or somebody doing something at the Hindu. When they think about soul, they don't think about, wait a minute, my soul is my job. My soul is the way I clean my car. My soul is the way I wear my clothes. This is why I call soul train, right? If it was just church, then it wouldn't have a soul train, right? Or like the movie Soul Plane. So, soul is way more than just that spiritual aspect of a person. A soul is literally the meaning, Lord Jamar, we can see you forever, Lord Jamar. And guess what's going to happen? We'll never know, your wife, your kids, nobody will never know the true Lord Jamar. Why? Because the true Lord Jamar is invisible inside of that shell that it's expressing Lord Jamar. But we will never, there's only one who will know the real you, and that is created in you. Everybody else will know the expression of you.
And guess what? That expression of me that you talk about, right? There is no there is no means of like putting it under some sort of microscope and saying, look, there's the prism of light that shows his personality. Like there's the actual tangible, I can see it under a microscope. Like this is the bullshit that people say to try to say that chakras are not real. Well, if they're real, how come I can't see them under the visible spectrums of light? They should be able to be like
Well, this is
all of that shit to me. Hang on, not to cut you off, but all of
sorry.
that shit to me sounds like, you know, if you're gonna say that, then you have to apply that to everything. And there's plenty of things that we can't use an instrument to measure. Okay, a lot of times they want to use instruments to measure things that are sometimes immeasurable by instruments in this realm. Like, for instance, we're on the internet right now, right? But where is the internet?
Cyberspace.
Where is cyberspace? Scan it, like show it to me. Like where is that? But we having the evidence of it right now. You see what I'm saying? By us having this conversation. So, when people act like if you can't see it, it's not real, that's some bullshit. Okay?
Well, me and
That's
Dr.
some
Gandhi,
bullshit.
me and Dr. Gandhi are on this campaign that we will accomplish, and we're saying, yes, you can see the chakras under the microscope, and FCA yoga is the practice where you'll be able to see those light spectrums and those particle light spectrums, because it is particle light technology when you're talking about the chakras. Okay, so once you get somebody to do FCA yoga while the CAT scan is scanning them, and we see these different places of the body heat up, why is the person feeling warm, cool, goosebumps, electric magnetic sensations? They got today's instruments that can record it, but they choose not to record these things because they choose to keep the information withheld, right? Because we're all electromagnetic beings walking. And so if we can get these things under a microscope, what happens to that person that makes them speak in tongues? Or is there anything electric hooked up to them while it's going on? No. So we got to chalk it up to what we're seeing. But why not have controlled spiritual experiments, right? Where we take today's high wage instrument recording data and we put these so-called spiritual gurus and these so-called spiritual things under a microscope, but we don't do it because we're thrown up in the realm of pseudoscience. So that's why that's why me and Dr. Gandhi made sure we got license, made sure we got trademark, made sure that we are establishing ourselves away from the realm of what can't be seen with the naked eye, and taking the spiritual realm and showing you that not only you can feel it with your body, but you can actually see it with your naked eye. We put it under a microscope and do a certain exercise to show you. So that's where we're at with it. Like that part where you were just explaining, like, if I can't see it under a microscope, wait a minute. FCA yoga is the proof that you can see it under a microscope. Let's put FCA yoga under the microscope, and I bet you can see it.
I'm just saying, even if you can't see it under a microscope, that don't mean that it doesn't
Right.
exist. There's plenty of things, just like you said, like the personality, the actual soul that makes the person. Yeah, you can see me, you can cut me open, there's his heart, there's this and that. But where is and then you can go into the brain and say, well, this is where certain things are developed. You still can't pinpoint me. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Under any instrument that you have, you can't pinpoint my soul, my spirit, my likes or dislikes, my all of these little nuanced things about me. You can't put that under an instrument, but they're obviously there. I obviously have them. They're obviously real. So what the fuck are we talking about here? Is all
Right.
I'm saying.
Yeah. You're absolutely correct. I 100% agree with that nature of it.
I just had to clap it up for myself because
Yes, please.
I am absolutely correct.
You gotta be the first one to clap it up for yourself, huh?
Yes.
Why not? Like, you know what I mean?
I'm the second one.
If you don't clap it up for yourself, God damn it, who else gonna clap it up for you?
Exactly.
You feel me? If you don't clap it up for yourself, nobody. I completely agree with what you're saying, Lord Jamar. I was talking about the actual using of that part. You can't see like the character. You can't put that under a microscope, but we can take that character and shows what that character does to the cells under a microscope. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
We might not be able to record the soul, but we can record the effects that the soul has on the mind and body under the microscope. That's what I was trying to articulate. So I didn't mean to communicate my position. I completely agree with what you were saying.
No. And also, I think we spoke about this last time. I mean, the body is consistent of like 75% water. Now, we talked about the science of sonoluminescence, okay, where you can actually aqualuminescence, where you can create lights within water. Okay. Now I could see this being a process happening inside the body where chakras are concerned. You see what I'm saying? Where this could be a process of aqualuminescence, because that also comes with vibrations, is what, you know what I mean? Oscillations and all of that is what creates that luminescence, actually. So that is very very similar to what we're saying that the chakras are doing. Actually, it's the same thing of what we're saying.
Well, it ain't no coincidence that you got the water. Look, you got the water right there, the aqua, and then you got the luminescence right here. Luminescence, aqualuminescence.
Facto.
Yeah, and that's the when I met him, I was just like you. You know, hey, yo. You know, when I heard the name Dr. Gandhi, I expected you because you know Gandhi puts you in that stereotypical frame of mind, like, you know, somebody in India sitting in a position with a dot on their head and chatting some shit, and then, you know, when you meet him, it's like, oh, wait a minute, yo, yeah, you're actually down to earth. You're actually down to earth human being, more than a down to earth human being. You cool as fuck. So it was like
and you're much
bring,
younger.
Right.
Thought you was
to bring this to him
me.
and for him to be like, yo, I'm on board. Let's do it. You know, it was like, okay, this is, you know, what the creator put into the work, you know, can no man put asunder. So it was like, let's get it. And it started off all with a yoga, and the yoga grew into every man. Lord,
I was gonna get into that. Let's talk about the yoga real quick, which some people experienced on this show. But you said to me that you originally brought FCA yoga to the Indian community. Is that tell me about that? How did that, what's that story? And that now you want to bring it to our people, black people, but originally you brought it to the Indian community. Tell me about that.
Yeah, you know, in our community, we have a lot of people who are interested in meditation. And so when we first started putting our events together, you know, we were like, hey, we have this community who's really interested in meditation. Let's put some events together. Let's get them together. Let's organize and let's have these shows. So we started out with, what was it, like 300 people in a show, 200 people in a show, all meditating together. And we did that multiple times. It just wasn't one time. We like had successive events within the Indian community, and they were beautiful. There's a lot of healing.
Indian community, where is this, in India or in America? Where is
this is in Los Angeles, in LA.
All right.
Yeah. So I'm kind of heavily involved with the Gujarati community. So Gujarat is a state in the west of India, and They have a pretty large population in LA and all around. So all the Patels, they're from the state of Gujarat. Many of the Gandhis, the Shahs, they're all from the state of Gujarat. And
Now, it's Punjab is the state, yes?
Punjab is a state, correct?
Okay, because that's the one that I'm most familiar with. That's what I feel like I hear the most. Punjabi.
Punjabi, yeah. I'm sure you've heard the music.
Probably. I'm not sure. Have I?
I think so. Like Jay-Z
all of that type of shit. Okay.
yeah, there was a Jay-Z song that they mixed with Punjabi.
Right. Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Rhymes had one too. He had some shit.
Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean that's kind of how we started with those events with the Gujarati community. We brought them together, and from there we kind of expanded, got other Indian communities involved as well, and so we started with the Indian community.
Oh,
yeah. Chakra Doctor, what was your experience at those events? You're on mute.
You're on mute, brother.
Yeah, it was an enlightening experience, man. You know, because it was like I was in New Orleans and it was like, man, I can't, they only got 350,000 people in New Orleans, 400,000 people in New Orleans. You can't make an impact with 400,000 people. You got to get where the people at. And so, it was like either go to New York, but I was like, well, it's going to be too cold out there, my Lord Jamar. Then it was like, go to Texas, but I'm like, well, that's still down south, so I'm still in that Bible Belt, Jesus slave mentality, right? Then it was like, oh, well, let me go all the way to the West Coast where the technology for this is already in us being established, and it's already established. You'd be surprised how many places you could go in LA and visit or see or partake up into when it comes to meditation and spiritual things. So meeting Dr. Gandhi, and actually it was like, it was like kind of like what they call that, serendipity, or when that thing happens to where it's like that aha moment, like I'm doing something that all Indian people are familiar with. Chakra. There's not an Indian on the face of the planet. All billion of them, all of them know what the word chakra means, right? And so to run into the person that said, hey, I want to go forward with you with this, to be from India, it was just like the aha moment, like, this is what is about to happen. And so when I got into it with him, there was a hard, they just like black folk, man. A hard crowd to please. They just like niggas, man. Straight up. I'm trying to let you know that they late to shit just like us. Thinking what
they late to shit just like us.
Everything, nigga. It was like I was like at home. It was like, damn, wait a minute. It's just like it's just like us. And Gujarat, they believe they're non-violent. They're they have real nice spiritual principles that a lot of black people already resonate with in our community. So it was an easy transition. It wasn't like, because he got to state that too. Gujarat is a state in India, but it's a unique state in India. They really don't carry a lot of the beliefs like most Hindus carry when it comes to when it comes to interaction with the environment and the earth and themselves, right? They have a real peaceful sway about themselves. I guess that's probably one of the reasons why they're able to go all over and just set up shop, because when you come in peace, you go in peace. You feel me? So it's easy to go other places and be in peace and flourish. Then you ain't trying to step on nobody's toes. So just them accepting me and accepting how and accepting everything, it was just like, whoa, man, we need to bring this this is what I wanted. This is what I wanted in my community. Look, yo, Doc, you need to bring this to my community. You know what I mean? Because me and Dr. Gandhi sat down and we talked. And we had that talk like, yo, this shit was invented in Africa. Like all of this stuff was invented in Africa, and Africa and India, if you look at the
And
continent,
it
they were
was
right
brought
next
to
door neighbors
India.
to each other.
I was just gonna go into that science about the Dravidians.
They're right next door
I'm sure you know
neighbors to
about
each
the
other.
Dravidians.
And India used to be basically like a second home for Africans, right? Basically, that's how short it was. And so for that to be going around and coming back around again in modern day times, it was just like a big old sign from the universe, like jump into the pool and let's start swimming. And no matter what kind of sharks, whales, and dolphins run up on us, we gonna be all right. You know what I mean? So it was wonderful. The food, amazing. They love their spices. You understand me? They love their dancing. They love their singing. They love their food. I mean,
Yeah, what else can I ask for?
You feel me? So it felt like metaphysically, it felt like me going from Africa and sailing in that boat and going to the second home, India, and like, yo, what up, y'all? You know what I mean? You see Indian men and Indian women my color. You know what I'm saying? They black as me and you. And so that's the one thing that's the one thing that always resonated with, like, and just a lot of parallels between our communities that we don't even know because we don't make those connections. You feel me? We still caught in our bubbles and we still caught in our own state. But it's a great thing. It was a great thing to chip away at the old blocks, right? It was a great thing to commune with them, and we still, it's still all good. It's still great. But it's gonna just get even bigger. You know what I'm saying? I always tell people Africa will be the new America. Africa will be the new America. And India will be the new Europe. And the powers will just that's just the way nature moves.
Let me ask Dr. Gandhi something real quick. Now, as far as this is concerned, I know in India you have caste systems. Just like anywhere else, I'm starting to hear the mouse on the keyboard. Just like where anywhere else, you have a racism in India. There's the lighter and the darker, and there's all of that shit going on. With all of that going on in Indian culture in itself, how did the Indian community take to someone outside of them, bringing them information that they might have felt like they had the lock on? You know what I mean? Like I'm sure a lot of Indian people listen. How is this ghetto nigger telling me about chakras and shit when we've been meditating as Buddhists and Hindu and all this type of shit? So you know what I mean? What was the response from the community as far as that?
I would say that there were people who were very open to it and they were very accepting of him. And then there were other people who walked out. They were like, I don't want to be part of this. This is not, and then, or they would sit in there and they would just object to it. They wouldn't be open. They wouldn't accept it, right? So it wouldn't work through them. It wouldn't do anything for them because they're sitting there rejecting it the whole time. So we had people on both sides of the spectrum.
Right. And it's not for everybody. People, if you're just joining us, we're with Dr. Varun Gandhi and the Chakra Doctor, and we're just going into how they got together, their partnership, how they came with Miracle Food and FCA Yoga and all that good stuff. Yeah, because I just thought that was interesting that because when Chakra Doctor first told me he brought this to the Indian community first, I was just like, how did they receive the brother? You know what I mean? How did he receive the brother?
Man,
I'll tell you the other part of it is this. When Indians think about meditation, they think about peaceful music and sitting there and meditating, right? But full chakra activation, the whole experience, there's partly has peaceful music, but then towards the end, we got some hip hop music in there too. So it's a mix of things. So people weren't expecting that, especially the Indian community. Right. So I got comments on that too. They were like, okay, this is different. I was expecting just sitting there peacefully and meditating as opposed to what this was. And I was like, hey, this is the experience. This is what we're bringing to you.
Go.
Well, you know what I can say? You know what I can also say too about what you comment on what you were saying, Lord Jamar? I've learned that most people are when you have something that actually works, and you have something that can actually sell itself, improve itself, it doesn't. It really breaks down those walls that people put up of their their programming, that programming that they put up, like whether it's racial programming or this or that. When you're bringing something that actually can prove itself and withstand the test of scrutiny, that was a big convincer too. Like, wait a minute, no, I actually felt it. So, it wasn't like, oh no, Gandhi brought this charlatan in here. No, he brought this nigga in, and wait a minute, but I felt them chakras too. And it's great to hear Indian man come like, yo, look like guru, but you guru, right? And so that's what they tell me. Like, you don't look like a guru, but you're a guru. And it's like, well, yeah, man, who had carte blanche right on determining what gurus look like. You know what I'm saying? So that was that broke a lot of barriers. Like, I know right now they're walking around with a different outlook on Black people and how we rock, because a Black man was able to come into the audience and show them something, a deeper aspect of themselves that wasn't on the stereotypical mainstream propaganda front. You know what I mean? So that broke down a lot of barriers, just being able to prove that it was real.
That's what's up. So I know people can they can check out the FCA yoga. They can get the miracle food at chakradoctor.org. Yes,
Yeah,
Correct.
chakradoctor.org, y'all.
.org. And also a few things that we're about to before we go, a few things we're about to bring for the people. Like I told you guys before, we're opening up. We are a part of a eco village that is being built in Rome, Georgia. Black owned by the Black owned 501c3 company Cap Bodie, and literally it's going to be all natural, ran off water power, solar power, wind power, geothermal, and it will be literally off the grid. Meaning you're not going to be paying the light bill to the standard light company. It won't be no light bills. It won't be any water bills. It won't be any of the things that you see in today's standard time. Dr. Gandhi will be, heading the water project on that project, but also from that project, we're developing more projects such as, the positive hotline, right? We're bringing that hotline back into the game. Remember when people used to be able to call that suicide hotline? Well, now we're going to just put a little different, more spin where people could get, positive words, positive ideas, motivational inspiration, and just bringing it back to connecting, because they're trying to keep us disconnected with the mask and all of the things that you see on the screen. They're trying to keep us disconnected with just keeping it to text. So we need to bring it back to that old time religion where we used to talk to each other, see each other, and communicate with each other. And these are just the things that Miracle Food is going to bring about. There's a lot of things that Miracle Food is going to bring about, and we even trying to turn Miracle Food into that 501c3 category to where it's nothing but wealthy investors investing in Miracle Food, and we heal the world with Miracle Food. We heal India, we heal Africa, we heal these third world, second world countries who don't have money for that advanced medicine technology, but they can take some Miracle Food and get rid of the same disease that they don't have money for, right? So it's all about just developing more and more with the relationship. So I just wanted to say that before cut off.
That's what's up. Well, yeah, my brothers, appreciate everything that y'all doing.
We appreciate everything that you're doing. We appreciate you for having us. Appreciate your Godcast podcast for cooperating and working with us. It's been a blessing. It's been a blessing to partner with you guys, and we look forward to doing more work with you guys in the future, most definitely. And cheers to 2021 success, man. You know what I mean?
It's like that. Dr. Gandhi. I see you got your own damn website, huh?
I do. drvarungandhi.com. That's DrVarungandhi.com.
Right. And what can we find? What we gonna find on Dr. Varun Gandhi? Like, yeah, let us know.
So we're gonna find a lot of the services, the products that we got on Chakra Doctor, Love Abundance Store, all of the Miracle Food, Affirmation Bible, everything that we're doing, all the information about the different ventures that we're working on, everything's up on the website. And yeah, it's thank you for having us, Godcast Podcast. It's such a blessing to be here and to be part of the part of this what you guys got going on, because it's amazing.
Yo, well, thank you for adding on with us, helping us grow, helping us develop into the and give people the type of programming that they feel that I feel, is important for us. And I appreciate your support.
Please let us know how Rod Digger is doing with the coming along with her clip.
I'm gonna hit her up, and Godfrey, I still got to get on the phone with him. He's still, I don't know, he's still mystified maybe as to what package.
Let's see how long it took them to have an evacuation in this day.
Right. Yo, I've been regular ever since. I mean, I always was regular, but I feel like I'm regular now.
So, Jamar, what was your miracle food experience?
Oh, it was good, man. I felt the I mean, it definitely gave me that cleanse immediately. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I felt like it was almost like a colon cleanse in a way. But I felt increased energy. Dare I say clarity of thought? I don't know. I felt good. I just felt good. Taking a shot of that in the morning and just following it by some water and doing what I do, walking the dogs and all that type of shit, and just yeah, it was good. And then immediately, but what I noticed the most, I guess, would be, the internal cleansing that it provides. You know what I mean? All the bullshit that you got inside you, but it does it in a way where it's not violent, like some colon cleansers I might have taken. And I don't, it's not that you're billing this as a colon cleanser. Damn, I'm getting that popcorn again. Let me mute you. You're not billing it as a colon cleanser, but it definitely I see those effects from it. And anything that helps to clean out, your waste and all of that, that's some shit that we definitely can use. It's natural, it's healthy. I fucks with it.
Cool. Yeah, that's the same thing that I've seen too in my when I take it. I'm a vegetarian. I've been vegetarian all my life. I'm a vegan now. Even despite of that, I still used to eat fried food. I still used to eat junk food, right? So that's vegetarian. Like French fries is vegan, but
right.
And so they didn't realize how much junk I had in my system, but it was miracle food that helped me clean all of it out. Even having that sort of clean diet, it was still a lot of junk that had to be cleaned out. So I can only imagine someone eating meat or somebody, putting all of that junk in their body is just imagine how much they got built up. And, we've seen 20, 30 pounds of stuff sitting in the colon. I mean, that's crazy.
Years. You can have years. Like, that's crazy. Years.
Yeah.
So, people, get your insides right. Everybody's worried about the outside, but get your insides right as well. And miracle food will definitely help you do that. Well, listen, got to get ready to run, but I thank you, brothers, for joining me today. Once again, hang on, chakradoctor.org for your miracle food and FCA Yoga, Dr. Varun Gandhi.com for similar items and you can see also what.
You get the shirt on there.
Oh, hold up, let me see that.
It's called.
You said what's it called?
Debt to Rape. Look at that.
Death to Rape. Oh shit. Okay.
That's what we supporting.
Yeah, we got that death campaign going on. That debt to rape, debt to racism, debt to pedophilia. You know, debt to Satanism and all that crap. You know what I mean? Debt to all that. We about to dead all that. So that's what we start now. In order for peace, everybody always scream peace, 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 peace. But they forgot that the chaos got to die in order for peace to live. So as long as they got people being raped, as long as they got people being murdered, as long as they got people, racist people that's just creating systems to kill, steal, and destroy, man, you know that gotta put a death to that in order to transition into the new life. So debt to rape, man. No more. We don't want no more children getting raped. No more men getting raped. No more women getting raped. We don't want to infringe upon people's personal space like that. As a whole, as a humanity as a whole. So we got to get rid of that part of our system that is putting a stain on our humanity. Period. Debt to rape, man. Debt to the rapists as well.
Well, doctors, appreciate you coming by. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming through for this midday addiction of the Godcast. If you'd like to donate to the Godcast, hit us up. Cash App, PayPal, Super Chat. Everybody that donated, we appreciate y'all. Once again, Lord Jamar for you know what I mean, Godcast. Peace, y'all. Thank you, Nathaniel Holmes. And we out.